When you step into your own power, understanding and embracing your worth, you immediately begin to transform the way people, particularly men, view and treat you. The key to becoming irreplaceable isn't about what you give or how much you sacrifice, but rather about how you perceive yourself. When you view yourself as valuable, others will mirror that perception back to you. It's about having an unshakable foundation of self-worth that doesn't depend on external validation. A woman who understands her worth doesn't bend, break, or settle for anything less than what she deserves, because she knows she is worthy of greatness. For many women, the issue lies in the constant pursuit of love and approval. Society teaches us that our value is directly tied to how much we can give to others, particularly in relationships. We believe that by offering our time, affection, and attention freely, we can create bonds that will secure our place in someone's life. But this is a misconception. The truth is, when you give too much too soon, when you pour yourself into a person without knowing your own limits, you lose the very thing that makes you valuable, your independence and your ability to walk away if necessary. Think about this for a moment. When a man sees that you have no problem walking away from him, even when you care deeply, something inside him clicks. It's the realization that you are not dependent on him for your happiness, fulfillment, or sense of purpose. You are already whole, and you are already enough. The power that comes from this understanding is magnetic. A man doesn't want to feel like he's the center of your world. He wants to feel like he's chosen by you because you have options, and yet you chose him. He doesn't want to feel as if he is the only one who can validate your worth. Instead, he wants to be with someone who has her own life, her own passions, and her own dreams, and still chooses him to be a part of it. This concept of becoming irreplaceable isn't about playing hard to get. It's not about acting aloof or disinterested to manipulate someone into wanting you. Rather, it's about having the confidence to know that if someone doesn't appreciate or value you, they don't deserve your time or energy. And this isn't just about romantic relationships. This applies to every aspect of your life. It's about setting boundaries and recognizing when you're being taken for granted or when your presence is being undervalued. When you stop allowing others to treat you as replaceable, you begin to command respect, and the people around you, especially men, will begin to realize they cannot take you for granted. Being irreplaceable also means that you refuse to settle for mediocrity. You don't settle for relationships that don't bring you joy, fulfillment, or growth. You don't settle for a man who doesn't see your worth or is unwilling to put in the effort to truly know and appreciate you. The moment you stop settling for less than what you deserve, you raise your standards. And by raising those standards, you show others that you are someone worth working for. Men who are serious about a committed relationship are willing to do the work. They will not hesitate to prove their worth, to demonstrate their interest and investment. What makes you irreplaceable is your refusal to bend, your refusal to accept anything that doesn't align with your highest good. It's about knowing what you bring to the table and realizing that if someone isn't willing to meet you where you stand, they don't belong in your life. Being irreplaceable means you take care of yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and you don't wait for someone else to do it for you. You create your own happiness, you follow your own path, and you are not afraid to stand alone when necessary. It also means that you aren't constantly seeking approval from others. Too many women live their life seeking validation, whether from a partner, a family member, or society as a whole. They want to feel seen, appreciated, and loved. But when you are secure in who you are, you no longer need others to tell you that you're valuable. You already know. And this is where your true power lies. When you stop seeking external validation and begin validating yourself, others are drawn to you. They can sense that you are confident in who you are, and this makes you intriguing, magnetic, and absolutely irreplaceable. And let's not forget the power of consistency. Being irreplaceable isn't about moments of greatness or flashes of brilliance. It's about showing up as your best self every single day, regardless of external circumstances. When you consistently choose yourself, prioritize your goals, and live with intention, people will begin to see that you are someone who cannot be easily replaced. It's not about grand gestures or constant acts of sacrifice. It's about the quiet, unwavering commitment to your own growth and happiness. This is what makes you stand out in a world full of distractions and fleeting connections. When you're committed to your own journey, and when you show up for yourself every single day, you become irreplaceable in the eyes of others. You become the kind of person people want to keep around because they know you won't settle, and they won't find someone like you anywhere else. When you develop an aura of self-sufficiency, independence, and emotional strength, something powerful begins to happen. Men see you differently. There's a misconception that men are drawn to women who need them, who seek their approval, and who rely on them to feel complete. But the truth is, the most desirable women are the ones who don't need anyone to complete them. They are whole on their own, and because of that, they command a different level of respect, admiration, and commitment. Emotional independence doesn't mean you don't love, care, or invest in relationships. It means that your happiness, peace, and self-worth are not dependent on the actions, words, or attention of another person. Many people, especially women, are conditioned to believe that love should be self-sacrificial, that they should always be available, always forgiving, always giving more than they receive. But this only leads to a cycle of disappointment, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. When you shift from being dependent on someone else's validation to finding strength in yourself, you become a force that cannot be ignored. Think about it. What happens when a woman no longer chases, no longer begs for attention, no longer needs constant reassurance? She becomes a mystery. She becomes someone worth pursuing because she is not easily swayed by mere words or empty promises. A man can sense when a woman is emotionally independent, and it challenges him. It forces him to step up, to prove himself, because he knows she will not settle for anything less than what she truly deserves. Men are wired to value what they have to work for. The moment something becomes too easy, too available, it often loses its appeal. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding human nature. When you have your own life, your own passions, and your own sense of purpose, you naturally become someone who is harder to attain and therefore more desirable. The woman who waits by her phone, who rearranges her schedule to accommodate a man who is always available at his convenience, she loses her sense of individuality. And when a woman loses that, she stops being a challenge. She stops being someone a man sees as a prize worth earning. A woman with emotional independence doesn't need to prove her worth. She simply knows it. She doesn't have to convince anyone that she is valuable because she radiates confidence and self-respect. She does not tolerate mistreatment. She does not engage in endless arguments trying to get someone to see her value. And she does not lower her standards just to keep someone around. When a man senses that a woman is perfectly fine on her own, he begins to see her as someone he wants in his life, not someone he needs to rescue, fix, or validate. This kind of strength is rare. Most people, men and women alike, are looking for external sources to fill their internal voids. They seek relationships to escape loneliness, to heal past wounds, or to feel a sense of purpose. But the people who stand out, the ones who are truly unforgettable, are those who have done the work on themselves. They have healed, they have grown, and they have cultivated an inner peace that no relationship can take away. And this is what makes them irresistible. When a woman embodies this energy, a man knows that she will not tolerate games. He understands that she is not afraid to walk away if she is not being treated right, and that changes everything. It makes him take her seriously. It makes him see her as someone who cannot be taken for granted. It makes him realize that he needs to show up fully, be intentional, and offer more than just words. He needs to prove himself through his actions. The most powerful women in the world, the ones who are admired, respected, and pursue relentlessly, are not the ones who chase love. They are the ones who attract it naturally, simply by being who they are. They are not desperate for attention. They do not compromise their values just to keep someone in their life. And they do not give their energy to situations that drain them. They are the ones who take action to name their daughter. They move with certainty. They have boundaries that are unshakable. And they are clear on what they will and will not accept. A man can sense when a woman is emotionally strong, and it makes her stand out in a way that is undeniable. She is not fazed by mind games. She does not engage in unnecessary drama. And she does not react out of insecurity. She moves with grace, with certainty, and with the kind of self-assurance that commands respect. This is why men beg to marry a woman like this, because she is unlike anyone else. She carries herself differently, she interacts differently, and she expects different. And when a man encounters a woman like this, he knows she is rare. When you make your own happiness your top priority, you begin to shift the dynamics of your relationships. You stop being reliant on someone else to fill the gaps in your emotional life and start creating your own sense of joy and contentment. This shift doesn't mean you stop caring for others. It doesn't mean you stop loving, or that you stop being invested in the relationships that matter to you. What it means is that you begin to understand that your happiness is in your hands, not in someone else's. And when you fully embrace this truth, everything in your life changes. A woman who prioritizes her own happiness becomes someone whose energy is magnetic. She is no longer on a constant search for validation, approval, or the next source of excitement. She is grounded, content, and at peace with who she is. This doesn't mean she's perfect, because no one is, but it means she has the maturity and wisdom to not rely on another person's actions or words to feel good about herself. She understands that happiness isn't found in the next person, the next accomplishment, or the next relationship. It's something that comes from within. When you are happy with yourself, you stop seeking outside sources to fill an internal void. Men find this incredibly attractive because they are drawn to stability and peace. They want to be with someone who is not constantly anxious or searching for approval. They want someone who is sure of herself and doesn't need to depend on anyone else for her self-worth. The woman who is content and fulfilled in her own life is the one who stands out, because she doesn't need to be rescued or saved. She can walk beside a man, but she's never looking for him to complete her. The moment you stop seeking someone else to make you happy, you free yourself from the endless cycle of trying to prove your worth. You stop sacrificing your happiness for the sake of others, and instead you build a life that brings you joy regardless of the circumstances. This type of independence is incredibly powerful. It's not about being selfish. It's about being self-sufficient in your emotional life. A woman who understands that happiness is an inside job has a certain glow about her. She radiates positivity, peace, and confidence. And this is what attracts men. Think about the difference between a woman who is constantly seeking validation from a man compared to one who is comfortable with her own company. The woman who is emotionally self-sufficient is not rattled by the ups and downs of a relationship. She doesn't live and die by the way a man treats her. She can handle setbacks without letting them define her. And this makes her even more appealing. Men are drawn to stability. And when a woman has the emotional strength to maintain her peace, no matter what is happening around her, it creates a sense of admiration and respect. It's not about pretending that you don't care or acting like you're emotionally detached. It's about taking ownership of your feelings and not allowing them to be dictated by someone else's actions. When you stop allowing the behavior of others to control your emotional state, you become less reactive and more proactive. You create a life that aligns with your values and passions, and you don't let the opinions or actions of others steer your course. This emotional freedom is what makes you stand out. A woman who chooses her happiness is not afraid to walk away from situations that no longer serve her. She knows that her value is not determined by how someone treats her, and she is not afraid to let go of anything that causes her pain, frustration, or negativity. This makes her a woman of strength. She is not willing to settle for a relationship that drains her energy or makes her feel less than. She knows that her peace of mind and happiness are far too valuable to be compromised. This doesn't mean that she won't experience emotional pain or disappointment. Everyone does. But what it means is that she knows how to bounce back. She knows how to heal herself, how to reconnect with her inner peace, and how to move forward without being emotionally weighed down by the past. She is resilient, and this resilience is one of the most powerful qualities a woman can possess. Men are naturally drawn to women who can handle adversity with grace and strength because it shows that she is not easily shaken. When you prioritize your own happiness, you begin to develop a sense of self-assurance that others can't help but notice. Men want to be with a woman who is confident, content, and emotionally secure. They want to know that when they are with you, they are adding something to your life, not filling a void. When you're already whole, you don't need someone else to complete you. And this creates a level of attraction that is magnetic. You become the woman who commands respect, admiration, and love simply by being happy with yourself. When you take the time to build a life that is rich with passion, purpose, and fulfillment, something remarkable begins to happen. You become irresistible. Men are naturally attracted to women who have a clear sense of direction, who are deeply engaged in the pursuit of their goals, and who have a sense of purpose that goes beyond their relationships. The key here is to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Someone who is not dependent on anyone else for your happiness or success. Instead, you pour your energy into the things that truly matter to you, the things that make your soul come alive. And in doing so, you not only enrich your own life, but also become someone who naturally attracts love and respect. You are passionate about something, whether it's your career, your personal growth, your hobbies, or your purpose in life, you exude an energy that is magnetic. People, especially men, are drawn to that energy. They're drawn to your drive, your ambition, and your ability to prioritize what truly matters to you. A woman who is engaged in her own life, pursuing her dreams with dedication and vigor, is the type of woman who commands attention and admiration. She does not need to chase after anyone because her life is already full. And that fullness is what makes her so attractive. In the pursuit of your passions, you begin to tap into a deeper layer of your own power. You develop confidence in your abilities, a belief in your own potential, and a sense of self-worth that is unshakable. This confidence is magnetic because it radiates from within, and it cannot be faked. Men are drawn to women who are confident in who they are and what they want from life. When you become someone who has a purpose that excites you, you naturally draw in those who are looking for someone who can keep up with their own ambitions, who can challenge them, and who can offer more than just a pretty face or a charming smile. This is not about being perfect or having everything figured out. It's about being on a path, a journey that you are deeply committed to. The woman who is passionate about her career, her creative pursuits, her personal growth, or even her community involvement becomes someone who inspires others to be their best. She is a leader, even if she doesn't wear the title. She is someone who makes things happen. And this energy is contagious. When a man sees that you are not sitting around waiting for things to happen, but are actively creating the life you desire, he begins to see you as someone who is worth pursuing, someone who adds value to his life. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on your passions is that it brings a sense of fulfillment that cannot be found in a relationship. This fulfillment comes from within. It is not dependent on another person's approval or attention. When you are truly fulfilled in your own life, you stop relying on anyone else to complete you. You are already whole. And when you're already whole, you bring a level of emotional strength and stability to a relationship that is invaluable. Men are drawn to women who do not need them, but rather want them. Women who add to their lives rather than take away. This balance creates a healthier dynamic in relationships, one that is built on mutual respect, admiration, and shared goals. Moreover, when you are fully invested in your passions, you set an example for the people around you. You show them that success, happiness, and fulfillment are not about depending on anyone else to make you feel good about yourself. Instead, you show them that happiness comes from within, from a deep connection to your own purpose and the pursuit of your dreams. Men who are genuinely interested in building a future with someone are looking for someone who can bring her own sense of purpose and fulfillment into the relationship, rather than someone who is looking to be saved or completed. You become a partner in the truest sense of the word, one who is strong, independent, and capable of contributing in a meaningful way. This sense of purpose also helps to define your boundaries. When you are clear on what you want out of life, you are less likely to settle for less than what you deserve in relationships. You are no longer willing to accept behavior or treatment that is not aligned with your values and your goals. Your sense of purpose guides you, helping you to make decisions that honor your worth and your aspirations. You know that you are worth more than just being someone's afterthought or second choice. And because of this, you attract men who recognize and respect your worth. Ultimately, when you focus on your passions and purpose, you transform into someone who is truly magnetic. You become a woman who has so much to offer, not just in terms of love, but in every area of life. Your passion, energy, and drive become contagious. And those around you, especially men, begin to see you as someone who is truly worth their time and effort. You become someone they want to build a future with, not because you need them to complete you, but because you both share a vision for the future and a commitment to supporting each other's dreams. This is the kind of woman who inspires devotion, admiration, and love. When you embrace your own personal growth, something extraordinary happens. You start to attract people who value you for the depth of your character, your emotional maturity, and your ability to grow alongside them. A woman who is constantly evolving, learning, and improving herself in all areas of life becomes a magnetic force. She is not stagnant. She is always pushing herself to be better, to learn more, and to evolve into a stronger, wiser, and more capable version of herself. This journey of personal growth makes her incredibly attractive to those around her, especially men who are drawn to her strength, wisdom, and the way she values herself. Personal growth is about more than just career success or financial stability. It encompasses every part of your life. It's about understanding who you are at your core, what you need emotionally, and how you can develop your potential to its fullest. When you are committed to personal growth, you recognize that you are always in the process of becoming better. This mindset shifts your perspective on life. Instead of seeing yourself as finished or complete, you see yourself as someone who is always learning, always improving, and always ready to take on new challenges. This approach to life is magnetic because it signals to others you are not complacent, not passive, and not willing to settle for less than your best. You have high standards for yourself, and you apply those standards to every area of your life, from your relationships to your career to your health and well-being. You're a woman who is constantly evolving, and this growth becomes a source of inspiration for those around you. Men are naturally drawn to women who are emotionally intelligent, self-aware, and committed to improving themselves. They see these women as partners who can help them grow as well, who can share in the journey of self-improvement and offer wisdom, support, and perspective along the way. When you prioritize personal growth, you also learn to overcome the limitations that might have once held you back. You begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles that stand in your way. You become someone who embraces discomfort because you understand that it is through facing challenges and stepping outside of your comfort zone that you evolve. This mindset is not only powerful, but it's also incredibly attractive. Men are drawn to women who are resilient, who can face adversity head on and come out stronger on the other side. The woman who continuously works on herself is not only more likely to succeed in life, but she also becomes someone who can inspire others to rise to their best potential as well. As you grow personally, you also become more in touch with your emotions, your desires, and your needs. You understand what makes you happy, what motivates you, and what drains your energy. You no longer settle for relationships or situations that don't align with your values or your goals. Instead, you create a life that is filled with purpose, meaning, and alignment with who you truly are. This emotional maturity and clarity is highly attractive to men because they are naturally drawn to women who have a strong sense of self, who understand their worth, and who are not afraid to set boundaries in order to protect their peace and happiness. Your personal growth journey also teaches you the importance of self-love. When you are focused on your own development, you begin to understand the importance of loving yourself first. You stop seeking external validation or approval and start acknowledging your own worth. This self-love is a powerful force because it radiates outwards. A woman who loves and respects herself does not tolerate disrespect or mistreatment from anyone. She knows her value, and because of this, others begin to see her value as well. Men in particular are drawn to women who exude confidence, who know their worth, and who don't need anyone else to validate their existence. They see her as a woman who is strong, independent, and emotionally mature, and they want to be a part of her life. As you grow emotionally and mentally, you also learn to communicate more effectively, to navigate conflict with grace, and to understand the importance of compromise and collaboration. These skills make you a more attractive partner because they show that you are emotionally mature, self-aware, and capable of handling the ups and downs of a relationship. A woman who is committed to her own personal growth is able to contribute meaningfully to a partnership. She understands that relationships require work, communication, and compromise, and she is willing to put in the effort to make them thrive. Furthermore, personal growth allows you to develop a deeper sense of empathy and understanding. As you continue to evolve, you become more attuned to the emotions and needs of others. This empathy makes you an even more desirable partner because it shows that you are compassionate, kind, and considerate. Men are drawn to women who can empathize with them, who understand their struggles, and who offer support and understanding when needed. When you are emotionally in tune with yourself and others, you create a space for connection and intimacy that is authentic and meaningful. In addition to all of this, personal growth strengthens your sense of independence. You become someone who is not dependent on anyone for your happiness or fulfillment. This independence is incredibly attractive because it shows that you can stand on your own 2 feet, that you have your own dreams and aspirations, and that you don't need a man to complete you. This kind of self-sufficiency creates a healthy dynamic in relationships because it allows for mutual respect and admiration. Men are drawn to women who have their own lives, their own goals, and their own sense of purpose. These women are not looking for someone to save them or fill a void. They are looking for someone to walk alongside them, supporting and growing together. Ultimately, when you commit to personal growth, you become the best version of yourself. You become a woman who is strong, confident, emotionally mature, and full of life. This journey of self-improvement attracts people, especially men, who want to be a part of your world. They see you as someone who has a sense of purpose, who is constantly growing, and who can bring something meaningful to the table. This type of woman doesn't have to chase after anyone. Instead, she attracts those who appreciate her for the incredible woman she is becoming. When you develop the ability to communicate effectively and listen deeply, it opens doors to not just healthier relationships, but more meaningful connections as well. The art of communication is something that goes beyond merely speaking or expressing your thoughts. It is about understanding the unspoken, reading the subtle cues, and creating an environment where both you and the other person feel heard. In the context of attracting a committed relationship, this skill is essential because it builds trust, emotional safety, and intimacy. Men are drawn to women who can communicate clearly, who articulate their needs and desires with confidence, and who also listen intently to their partners. This quality fosters respect and makes it easier to establish a genuine emotional connection that is founded on mutual understanding. As effective communication isn't just about talking, it is about expressing yourself authentically, being true to your emotions, and sharing what's truly important to you. When you communicate from a place of honesty and openness, you show others that you are not afraid to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is a powerful force as it invites others into your world in a way that feels both real and intimate. Men are naturally attracted to women who can express their emotions without hesitation, who can talk about their experiences and feelings in a way that is both grounded and thoughtful. This transparency creates an emotional bond that is far deeper than superficial attraction. It builds a connection that goes beyond appearances or the surface level, allowing both partners to understand and appreciate each other's true selves. So, one of the most critical aspects of effective communication is the ability to listen, really listen to the person speaking. When you listen with intention and focus, you show that you care about what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Men, like everyone else, want to feel heard. When you listen attentively, you are providing them with the emotional validation they crave. This validation is not about agreeing with everything they say, but rather acknowledging their feelings and allowing them to express themselves freely. This kind of listening fosters an environment where both parties feel safe to share their true thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment. This creates a bond that is built on respect, trust, and understanding, the foundation of any lasting relationship. In relationships, conflicts are inevitable. However, it is the way you handle these conflicts that makes all the difference. Effective communication allows you to navigate disagreements with maturity and grace. Instead of resorting to arguments or shutting down, you learn to express your concerns without blame or criticism. You use I statements instead of you statements, taking ownership of your feelings rather than pointing fingers at your partner. This subtle shift in communication not only diffuses tension, but also demonstrates emotional intelligence. Men are drawn to women who know how to handle disagreements in a healthy, productive manner. They respect women who can maintain their composure and express their feelings without resorting to anger or frustration. This emotional maturity makes the relationship stronger, as it creates a space for both individuals to express their needs and work through challenges as a team. Another crucial aspect of effective communication is the ability to set clear boundaries. A woman who knows her worth and is not afraid to assert her boundaries commands respect. Clear communication of boundaries ensures that both partners understand what is acceptable and what is not. Men are naturally attracted to women who are confident in their own space and who know how to protect their emotional well-being. Setting boundaries is not about being rigid or controlling. It is about honoring your needs and desires and ensuring that both you and your partner respect each other's space, emotions, and time. When you are clear about your limits, it prevents misunderstandings and ensures that both partners are on the same page, fostering a healthier and more fulfilling relationship. Nonverbal communication also plays a significant role in building strong connections. Your body language, your tone of voice, your facial expressions, all of these subtle cues contribute to how others perceive you and how connected they feel to you. A woman who is aware of her nonverbal communication can use it to convey warmth, openness, and sincerity. A simple smile, a gentle touch, or maintaining eye contact can make a world of difference in how you connect with someone. Men are naturally drawn to women who radiate positivity and warmth, whose body language reflects a welcoming and genuine energy. When your nonverbal cues align with your verbal communication, it creates a powerful sense of harmony and attraction. Effective communication also involves the ability to express appreciation and gratitude. Men, like women, want to feel valued and appreciated. A woman who regularly expresses gratitude for the small things, whether it's for a thoughtful gesture, a kind word, or simply for being there, creates a nurturing and positive environment. This appreciation strengthens the emotional bond and makes the man feel good about himself and his contributions to the relationship. Recognizing and verbalizing gratitude also cultivates an atmosphere of positivity and mutual respect, which is crucial in keeping the relationship healthy and vibrant. Men are more likely to be committed to women who make them feel appreciated, understood, and cherished. Communication is also about knowing when to give space and when to be present. Sometimes the most effective way to communicate is by offering a listening ear, not necessarily giving advice or solutions. Men often value space to process their thoughts or emotions. And a woman who understands this is seen as considerate and emotionally intelligent. By respecting their need for solitude when necessary, you show that you care about their well-being, and you are giving them the freedom to express themselves in their own time. This balance between presence and space creates a relationship dynamic that is built on respect for each other's individuality and emotional needs. Finally, humor and playfulness are essential components of effective communication that should never be overlooked. A woman who can laugh, joke, and bring a sense of fun into the relationship makes the experience of being with her enjoyable and lighthearted. Men are naturally attracted to women who don't take life too seriously, who can share moments of joy and laughter without getting bogged down by stress or negativity. Humor is a powerful bonding tool that helps to create a relaxed and positive atmosphere where both partners feel at ease. A woman who can maintain her sense of humor in the face of challenges demonstrates resilience, a positive outlook, and an ability to find joy in the little things. Qualities that make her an attractive and magnetic partner.